Alright YouTube, just bringing you a quick little video on Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain and the fact that it's locked at 60 FPS on the PC. Also it's locked at 60 FPS on the next gen consoles, but you might be rocking a beefy setup that can churn out a wee bit more horsepower than a next gen console, so you'll be asking yourself, why is it locked at 60 FPS? But personally, I would say it's not necessarily a bad thing because it keeps a solid 60 FPS, which keeps it smooth. You don't see any frame drops. In the, I don't know, 10, 15 hours that I've been playing it so far, I've seen, it dropped to like 57 and then up to 61. It'll just stay in the sweet spot of 60, which is fine if you've got a 60 Hz panel or if you're playing on, say, a television. But what if you've got a monitor with a higher refresh rate? You might be able to hunt down those higher FPS even by turning down graphical settings. It's still going to be locked at 60. And from in game, the only change you can change from what's setting it to, you can lock it at 30 or you can put it to auto and it will go to 60. It doesn't, there's no option to have it variable. So I mean, it's the usual case of hunting down a config file, open up your My computer, you're not going into the games folder, the actual games folder for Metal Gear. You're wanting into Steam files on your, well, probably be a C drive on your main drive. If that is not your only drive, should I say. So local disk, program files times 86, looking for Steam. User data, and you have a number here. You're looking for this one, 287700 in here, and you want a local, and you'll see TPP underscore graphics underscore config, TPP being the Phantom Pain. And you want to open this with your, I just usually use Notepad. You might want to use something else to see it a bit, it's a bit better, so you'll get a kind of just basically a long line of text. This is basically your graphics settings from the game menu. You'll see everything that you've set in the game menu. See, I've got everything set to extra high. Turn down motion blur. I'm not a big fan of motion blur in games. It kind of hurts my eyes a little. Also, playing on full screen, borderless full screen. Just thought it run. I had a wee bit of a issue recording the game on full screen. Don't know what that was, but I found borderless full screen. You don't even, it looks the same. So that's what I'm rocking. Disabled VSync. But this is the one here. This part here you want to look for frame rate control. So this is where when you set it in game, you would have the auto or the 30 FPS lock. Basically, I had it auto, and that was what was getting me a solid 60 FPS. So by default, in here it would say auto. And what you want to do is get rid of that, put in variable, like so. Close it. It's going to ask, do you want to save it? Yes. It'll say I've tested this and I didn't see any noticeable issues with graphics. Now, it could be the case that unlocking the graphics, you might see some issues with the graphics, and it may uncover an issue with why it's locked at 60. There has been cases in the past where games are locked at 60 for a reason, and you may see some weird things happening, but it looked alright to me. I played through a mission and all was good. Was seeing with those extra high graphics, I was seeing it from like 10 to 15 FPS increase, not solid, but so it does, I mean, as it suggests, it does vary a little, so you would save that. You can always, if you change it in game, it will change that config file back, so don't change any graphical settings if you want to maintain that variable FPS. That would say if you're wanting rock steady, rock solid FPS, it doesn't go up or down. I would leave it as it is. It doesn't ruin the experience whatsoever. But if you're wanting those higher FPSs, you do that. Change it to variable. Maybe turn down some graphics settings, and you may reach closer to the 100 mark. All right. Cheers.